London was dressed in grey that morning. The sky hung low, clouds heavy with rain, and the streets shimmered with the reflection of streetlights on wet pavements. Inside the tallest glass tower overlooking Canary Wharf, Ethan Royce, a billionaire and CEO of Royce Global Holdings, stared at the city from his office window. To the world, Ethan had everything: power, wealth, and respect. But to him, his world was empty. Everyone who smiled at him wanted something: a contract, a favor, a check. Even the women he dated loved his last name more than his soul. His assistant, Aunt Clara Farr, knocked softly. "Sir, the guests for the charity dinner tonight will arrive at 7. Ethan nodded. "Cancel it." Clara blinked. "Cancel, sir." "Yes. I'm tired of the same people pretending to care." He turned back to the window, his reflection mixing with the city lights. Rich, polished, but lonely. That night he made a decision that would change his life. The next morning, Ethan walked into a small charity store in Brixton. He wore faded jeans, an old jacket, and a baseball cap. No one would recognize him now. His luxury cars were replaced with a small second-hand scooter. He wanted to live for a month as a normal man. No bodyguards, no private jets, no suits. Just life as it was for ordinary people. He rented a small single-room apartment, barely large enough to fit a bed and table. He used a fake name, Ethan Gray, a delivery man working for a food service. And that's how he met Maya, the girl who changed everything. Maya worked at the Blue Sparrow Cafe, a small but warm shop tucked between 2 tall buildings. The smell of fresh coffee and croissants filled the air every morning. She was always smiling, though her life was far from easy. Her mother was sick, and she worked 2 jobs to pay hospital bills. Ethan first saw her when she helped an old homeless man outside the cafe. She gave him her sandwich, smiled, and said, "It's okay, sir. I'll eat later." That single act of kindness melted something in Ethan's chest. Something he didn't know still existed. The next morning he ordered a coffee just to see her again. "Large cappuccino?" she asked. "Yes." He smiled awkwardly. "And maybe your best smile too." She laughed. "That one's free." And for the first time in years, Ethan laughed genuinely. Days turned into weeks. Ethan became a regular at the cafe. He'd sit in the corner pretending to scroll his phone, but really, he was watching Maya. The way she cared for everyone. The way she faced the world with courage despite her pain. Sometimes they'd talk about dreams. "I want to open my own bakery someday," Maya said, eyes glowing. "And what stops you?" "Reality." She smiled sadly. "Dreams cost money." He smiled back. "Some dreams are worth saving for." She didn't know he could buy the entire street if he wanted. But he didn't want to impress her. He wanted her heart, pure and unbought. One evening, it rained heavily. Maya's shift ended late, and Ethan offered to walk her home. They shared one small umbrella. As the rain poured, she spoke softly. "You're different, Ethan. Most people don't care." He looked at her. "Maybe I've finally met someone who makes me want to care." Their eyes met. For the first time in his life, he felt something money could never buy. Peace. But secrets are heavy things. Every time Maya smiled, Ethan felt guilt grow in his chest. She thought he was just a poor man trying to survive. She had no idea he owned half the buildings in the city. Clara called him one night. "Sir, your board is worried. Investors are asking questions. Where have you been?" "I'm fine," Ethan replied coldly. "For once, I'm living." But his double life couldn't last forever. One day, Maya found him sitting alone, looking lost. "Ethan, what's wrong?" He sighed. "Maya, do you believe people can love without knowing who the other truly is?" She smiled. "If it's real, yes. Love doesn't ask for status, only truth." Her words hit him like light through glass. One afternoon, Maya's cafe received a notice. The building was being sold. The owner had decided to demolish and rebuild it. Maya broke down in tears. "I'll lose my job, Ethan. I can't pay Mum's bills." Ethan's heart twisted. He wanted to help but couldn't without revealing himself. That night he made a secret call. "Buy the Blue Sparrow Cafe building," he told his lawyer, "but keep my name hidden." 2 weeks later, the cafe was miraculously saved. A mysterious investor decided to fund its expansion. Maya was overjoyed. "Ethan, can you believe it? Someone out there still cares about people like us." He smiled softly. "Yes, Maya. I believe that. But truth always finds its way out." One evening, a black Rolls-Royce parked outside the cafe. Clara stepped out, holding a tablet. "Sir, the meeting at the board begins in 1 hour," she said. Maya froze. "Sir?" Ethan turned pale. "Clara, not here." But it was too late. The cafe went silent. "Sir?" Maya whispered again. "You're not a delivery man?" Ethan looked into her eyes that once saw only kindness in him. "I never wanted to lie to you," he said, voice breaking. "I just wanted to be seen as a man, not a billionaire." Tears welled in her eyes. "You lied to me, Ethan. Everything you said, every walk, every promise. Was it real?" He reached for her hand, but she stepped back. "You wouldn't understand," she whispered. "People like you live in a different world." And she walked away. Ethan returned to his penthouse, surrounded by marble and silence. The city lights below looked smaller now. He had everything, except her. He tried calling. She didn't answer. He sent letters. No reply. He even visited the cafe, but she was gone. Clara finally said, "Sir, maybe this is the price of pretending." He looked at his reflection again. Expensive suit. Empty soul. He whispered, "I'd give it all up. If only she'd look at me the same way again." Months later, Ethan received a brown envelope with no sender name. Inside was a note. "Dear Ethan, I hated you for lying, but I also realized I loved the man I met, not the billionaire. My mother passed away last month, but her last words were, 'Forgive those who lied out of love.' So I forgive you. I've started my own bakery in Camden. You don't have to come, but if you ever do, you'll find me there. Making coffee, same as before. Maya." Ethan drove straight to Camden. The little bakery was warm, filled with laughter and the smell of bread. Maya stood behind the counter, flour on her cheek, hair tied back. When she saw him, she froze. "Ethan!" He smiled. "You said your dreams cost money. I just wanted to see how they're doing." She wiped her hands. "You didn't have to come." "I did," he said, "because I realized something. When you walked away, I learned that all the money in the world can't buy a single heartbeat of real love." Maya's eyes softened. "And what makes you think I'll trust you again?" He stepped closer. "Because this time I'm not hiding. No suits, no lies. Just me. A man who fell in love with a woman who taught him how to live." For a long moment she said nothing. Then she whispered, "Welcome back, Ethan." And in that small bakery, surrounded by the scent of fresh bread and second chances, love began again. Months later, a news headline read, "Billionaire invests in small businesses. Led by women, says inspiration came from a cup of coffee." Ethan and Maya's bakery became a city favorite. People said it wasn't just the bread that made it special. It was the story behind it. Because love, when true, doesn't see status or wealth. It sees heart. Moral lesson. Love is not found in luxury cars, mansions, or designer clothes. It's found in small moments, in kindness, honesty, and the courage to be real. No matter how rich or powerful you become, remember, you can buy attention, but never love. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more powerful, emotional stories that remind us what truly matters in life. Because sometimes the richest hearts are found in the poorest places.